We begin with yet another mass shooting in America. A day of celebration turned into a day of mourning.
And this time we're talking about a 4th of July parade. Spectators were gathered here in Highland Park, Illinois, and that's when shots rang out. The gunfire was coming from a rooftop, and this is what we know this morning. 6 people were killed. More than 30 were injured. And after a day-long manhunt, a 22-year-old person of interest is in police custody.
There you see the headlines in Chicago. The Sun-Times and the Tribune both called the spree a horror, and of course it's just the latest. The number of mass shootings in America has topped 300 in 2022, less than 7 months into the year. As we learn new details this morning about this tragedy. Alex Perez is on the scene in Highland Park. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, George. It's been nearly 24 hours and authorities are still here on the scene. Witnesses scrambled to get to safety when the sound of gunfire filled the air. This morning, an Illinois community left reeling after a holiday celebration turned to horror. At 10:14 a.m., a gunman opening fire on the crowd filled with families gathered at Highland Park's 4th of July parade. Chaos and shock, panicked spectators frantically trying to race to safety.
Dispatch from Battalion 33. Can we get an ambulance box to Central and 2nd Street?
I just looked back at my dad, and right behind him, this girl just fell in cold blood and just died. And we saw a few other people just get shot.
Parents scrambling to nearby buildings for cover.
Tried to break the glass to get in with my son, and I couldn't break it. And when the shot stopped again is when we decided we had to run, so we started shooting again, and we ran behind the building, and I put my son in a dumpster.
Wendy Binstock, a doctor rushing in to help.
Well, I said, I'm a physician, I can help.
The anesthesiologist performing CPR on one of the many injured, even riding with him to the hospital where he succumbed to his injuries.
I had never met him in my life. It was emotionally devastating.
6 people are now confirmed dead and at least 35 hospitalized.
Of the 26 individuals that showed up here at Highland Park Hospital, 25 of those did sustain gunshot wound injuries. The age range ranged from about 8 years old was our youngest patient up to 85 years old.
And this morning, this man, Robert E. Cremo III, in custody after a massive day-long manhunt.
The subject that we were looking for, person of interest, Robert Cremo III, was spotted by a North Chicago unit at Buckley at 41. His vehicle that we were looking for.
That 2010 silver Honda Fit is the vehicle police say Cremo was driving.
He got out of the car. They said, put your hands up, and he put his hands up, and I didn't know if he was armed, so I had my son go underneath the passenger seat.
This individual is believed to have been responsible for what happened, and the investigation will continue. Charges have not been approved yet at this time.
Police say the gunman fired at the crowd from the rooftop of a local business, gaining access through an unsecured alleyway and ladder attached to the building. Police recovering a high-powered rifle at the scene. Gabriela Martinez telling our ABC station WLS she saw the gunman perched on the roof.
I grabbed my daughter because I started screaming up, and I bumped into a 95-year-old lady, and we both fell to the ground, and I grabbed her head because I didn't want her head to hit the pavement. So as soon as I was able to get her back up, I pushed her and my daughter into the store, and then I pushed myself into the store.
This man, a doctor, describing what he saw as the rampage unfolded.
I would say, not having served in the armed forces, these are the kinds of injuries that are seen in war.
Now, the investigation into the person of interest intensifying as authorities search for answers. Overnight, ABC News learning his father, Robert Cremo Jr., was well known in this community and even unsuccessfully ran for mayor of Highland Park in 2019. The current mayor joining her community in disbelief.
We are just in a profound period of sadness. This is our hometown. I think we're just each individually trying to comprehend how somebody could bring this evil into our town.
And investigators say they're carefully reviewing his online footprint as they work to find a possible motive in this case. Robin?
More to come, we know. Alex, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.